Hi friends, welcome back after a little gap. I was waiting for this new laptop and that is why I was not creating new videos. But here I have the first ever gaming laptop of my life. And it is amazing guys, before I was using a Dell with an i3 processor and 8 GB RAM, and that was extremely slow, and a slow machine irritates a lot. I also have a MacBook Air, but I don't record lectures on that because the screen resolution of MacBook Air is low and it goes up to only 720p. But this is Lenovo guys, Core i7 with 16 GB RAM and 256 GB SSD and a full HD display. And yes, it also have a 2 TB hard drive with the SSD. So it is a complete package. I will put my affiliate link on the description. If you want to buy, you can buy it, okay? So enough talking about the laptop friends. Now let's move ahead in our course. Today we will create the wallpaper activity. So this is what we have done so far. And in the database you can see we have a new node named images. And inside this node we have all the categories. Okay. So right now we have only two here because only these categories have some wallpapers in it. Okay. So every category, what's wrong? Let me refresh it. So every category has the images. Okay. For example, this is an image. This node is for an image and every image has description, title and URL. Okay. So this is what we need to read. Now to display all the images of a particular category, we will create a new activity. Okay. So let's create a new activity in our project. Right click on the activities package, go to new and select an empty activity. Now let's name it wallpapers activity. Okay, so we have the wallpapers activity. Now what we will do, we will create the toolbar and the recycler view in this wallpapers activity. Okay, as we are going to display all the images in a recycler view. Okay, so it is the thing we have already done in this series. So I will just copy paste the code. Okay, so to copy the code, I can go to activity home and I can copy the app bar layout from here. Okay, so I will copy this thing. So copy it, come back to activity wallpapers and I will change it to a coordinator layout. Okay, because I want to scroll the toolbar. Now we have our app bar layout here. Okay, now we will copy the recycler view from this fragment. Okay, so we also have the progress bar and the recycler view. Okay, so let's copy this thing and we can copy the whole relative layout here actually. So copy it and paste it in the activities wallpaper. Okay, so I will paste this thing here. Okay, so we have the UI ready. We have the app bar, we have the recycler view and we also have the progress bar which is hidden. Okay, so that's it. Now what we will do, we will come to wallpapers activity and we will import this R as this is giving us error. This is because R is not defined. So we need to import R. So press Alt Enter and import R. That's it. Error is gone. Now to read all the images or the wallpapers, we need a model class. As we created this category, we need a model class for the images or wallpaper as well. Okay, so I will create a class, right click, go to new and select Java class and I will name it wallpaper. Okay, so every wallpaper has three attributes. Okay, so I will create three strings here: public string, title, description, and the URL. Now we need a blank constructor here. I will tell you why we need a blank constructor, but for now let's create a blank constructor. Okay, so we have all the properties and we have the blank constructor. Now we do not need anything else on this class. Now we will create the adapter for our recycler view, and we can do it very easily as we already have created the adapter for categories, and we can copy the same thing. But before creating the adapter, we will create the layout for our adapter. Okay, so I will copy this file recycler view underscore categories.xml, Control C, and I will paste it here, and I will change the name to recycler view underscore wallpapers. Okay, that's it. And I will not make any changes here, but I will only change the height. Okay, so I will make it 270 dp. Okay, rest is all the same, and we can actually change the ID for this text view. Okay, it is text view title. So IDs or names should make some sense, so that is why I'm changing the ID. Okay, so we have the recycler view layout. Now we will copy this categories adapter. Okay, so Control C, and I will paste it inside this adapters package. So paste, and let's name it wallpapers adapter. Okay, now we need to make some changes. So we need the context, but the list will be of type wallpaper. Okay, and we will also rename it to wallpaper list. Okay, and we can actually refactor. So rename it with wallpaper list, and it is renamed everywhere. Okay, you see wallpaper list, wallpaper list, wallpaper list, and now the list type is wallpaper here. That's it. Now here we have a wallpaper, and let's refactor it with, or let's change name. So we have wallpaper W, and we get the position, and we will display the title on this text view, and we will load the URL on this image view. Okay, so everything is good. Now we need to change the layout to recycler view wallpapers. Okay, and we also need to change the text view ID here, which is text view title for recycler view wallpapers. Okay, so our adapter is ready. Okay, now we will create the recycler view in our wallpapers activity. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to create the recycler view. Let's create the recycler view. We also need the adapters, so we have wallpaper adapter. We also need the list of wallpaper. Okay, so wallpaper list, that's enough. And we also need the database reference object. Okay, so let's create a database reference db wallpapers, and finally we also need the progress bar. Okay, so we have everything. Now let's initialize everything. So we will start with the wallpaper list. Wallpaper list equals to new array list. Okay, then we will initialize the recycler view using find view by ID. Okay, then the adapter, okay, this and the wallpaper list. Okay, so we have the adapter. Now we also need to call the method set has fixed size to true, and we will define the layout manager for our recycler view. Okay, so let's do it. Recycler view dot set layout manager, and we will define the linear layout manager. As this time I want to display the recycler view vertically. Okay, so we have the adapter, we have the recycler view, we have the wallpaper list. Okay, and one more thing we need, and let's leave it for now. And we can also initialize the progress bar actually, so let's do it. We have activity wallpapers and the ID of the progress bar is progress bar. Come back to wallpapers activity and initialize the progress bar. So we have the progress bar. Okay, now what we will do is we will attach a click listener to our categories item. Okay, and to do this we need to go to categories adapter. Okay, and here we can implement the click listener on this class, which is category view holder. Okay, so let's implement the click listener here, which is view.onClickListener. Now we need to implement the method, and to do this just press Alt Enter, implement methods, and OK. Okay, now here we can start the wallpapers activity and we can pass the category name. Okay, as in the wallpapers activity we will display all the images of the selected category. Okay, so we need to pass the category name to the wallpapers activity. So first thing we need to do is we need to get the category name in which the user has tapped or clicked. Okay, so to do this we can simply get the position, and to get the position inside the view holder class we can use the method get adapter position. Okay, so we can store it inside an integer, let's say p. Then we can get the category from the category list. Okay, so get it with the help of the position. Now we can create an intent. Okay, the first parameter will be the context and the second parameter is the activity that we want to open, and the activity is wallpapers activity.java. Okay, so here we can write wallpapers activity.class. Okay, now we will put the category name to the intent using put extra method. Okay, so let's put the category, this is the key and this is the value category name. Okay, so we have added the category name to the intent. Now we will simply start the intent using the start activity method, but we are not inside an activity class. Okay, we are inside the adapter, so we cannot directly call start activity because it is not here, but we can use this context object to call the start activity method. Okay, so let's do it, mctx.startActivity, and we can pass the intent. That's it. Now in our wallpapers activity we will get the intent. Okay, so let's do it. We will get the intent equals to new intent. Okay, sorry, not new intent, we need to get the intent here. Okay, so let's get the intent using the get intent method. Now from this intent object we can get the category name which is passed from this category adapter. Okay, so let's do it, and we can simply use the get string extra method from the intent object. Okay, so let's create a string category equals to intent dot get string extra. As we have passed a string here, this name is a string, so we can use the get string extra method to get this name, and we need to use this key category. Okay, so we will simply pass the category here. Okay, so we have the category. Now we will create the DB wallpapers reference. Okay, which is actually a database reference object. So to do this we can simply write, or first before creating the database reference object I will display the category in our toolbar. Okay, so go to activity underscore wallpapers and give an ID to your toolbar. Okay, so we have the toolbar. Now come back to wallpapers activity and here we will get the toolbar. So let's create a toolbar equals to find view by id r.id.toolbar. Okay, and we will set the title to the category name. Okay, and we will set the toolbar as support action bar. Okay, and something is wrong, and this is very common problem that might occur with you as well. Okay, so the problem is we have used this toolbar. Okay, but we need to use support toolbar. Okay, so I will remove this line from the imports, and this time I will import the support toolbar. Okay, so import class and select this one, android.support.v7.widget. Okay, now the error is gone, so we have the toolbar. Now let's create the database reference object. So this is DB wallpapers, and we need to create the reference of images and the selected category. Okay, so we can simply write DB wallpapers equals to firebase database dot get instance dot get reference, and here we will pass the images. So we have the images. Now we need to go to the child of the images, which is the category name, and we have the category name here and this category string. So let's put it here. Okay, now to read all the wallpapers, we need to attach a value event listener to this reference object. So let's do it. So we will attach a listener for single value event. Okay, and the new and the value event listener. Okay, the same thing that we did while reading the categories. Now this data snapshot object has all the images that is inside the specified category. Okay, but this time we will convert these values directly to our model class. Okay, now if we are doing like this, then you need to remember something. Okay, so the first thing is you need a blank constructor in your model class. Okay, this is extremely necessary. If a blank constructor is not there, your app will crash while reading from the Firebase database. Okay, only when you are converting the values directly to your model class using the snapshot object. Okay, I will show you how to do this. But the last time when we were reading the categories, what we did was, let me show you. We read the categories in this home fragment. Okay, so what we did, we read the values individually. Okay, and then we created the category object. But this time we will convert the data snapshot object, the child data snapshot. Okay, this Marvel is a data snapshot that we read. Now inside the Marvel we have many data snapshot for individual images. Okay, so this is also a data snapshot. This is also a data snapshot, and this as a whole is also a data snapshot. So from this data snapshot, this Marvel data snapshot, we will read all the child data snapshots using a for loop. Okay, and then we will convert these snapshot objects to wallpaper model class object directly. Okay, and when we are doing like this, a blank constructor is required in the model class. Okay, and the second thing is the variable names or object names should match with the keys. Okay, so if DESC is written here, you have to write DESC here. Okay, and title, you see, and the URL. So it should match with your keys in Firebase database. Okay, I hope you got the point. Now let's see how we convert the snapshot directly to our model object. Okay, so let's do it. Come back to wallpapers activity, and here we will check if data snapshot exists. So if we have some data in our data snapshot object, we will loop through all the child objects. Okay, so let's do it. For now, the child of the data snapshot is also a data snapshot. Okay, so it will return us a data snapshot again. So we will write here data snapshot. Let's say wallpaper snapshot. Okay, and we will loop the data snapshot children's using the get children method. Okay, now we can simply get the snapshot value using the get value method. Okay, so let's create a wallpaper class and we will get the wallpaper snapshot dot get value. Now here we need to define in which class we want to convert this wallpaper snapshot. So we need to convert the wallpaper snapshot to this wallpaper object, and to do this, inside the get value method you need to pass your model class. Okay, so wallpaper dot class, and the error is gone and the value will be automatically read from the snapshot object. And remember, if you are doing like this, a blank constructor in your model class is necessary or required. Okay, now come back to wallpapers activity. Now we will add this wallpaper object to our wallpaper list. Okay, so let's do it. So let's do this. W dot wallpaper list dot add, and we have W. Okay, now we can simply adapter dot notify dataset changed to reload the values once it is read from the database. Now before reading all the values, we will display the progress bar. Okay, so let's display the progress bar here. Okay, and after reading the values from the database, we will hide the progress bar. Okay, that's it. Now it should work. So let's test it. Okay, so let me run it. And one thing actually we forget, we need to attach this adapter to the recycler view. Okay, so let's do this. Recycler view dot set adapter, and we will pass the adapter. Okay, so let's try running this application. Okay, now let's try clicking on this marvel, and it is not working, so we have missed something. Okay, so let's check the categories adapter, and here we just forget to attach the click listener on this view object. Okay, so we need to do this, then only on click this method will be executed. Okay, so this is not getting called on click. So to do this, we just need to write here item view, this object, this view object dot set on click listener, and we will pass this as the click listener is in the current class. Okay, it is implemented here. Now it should work. So let's try again. Click on marvel, and yes, we have our new activity here, and the values are read from the database. Images are big, so it takes time to load. So it is working, we have the images. Okay, and you can get the code from the GitHub repository. The link is given in the description of the video. And for any confusions or queries, just leave your comments. Okay, so that is all for this video, friends. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, then please hit on the like button. And if you're not a subscriber already, then please subscribe. And yes, don't hesitate to comment your question below if you have any. Thank you guys. This is Bilal Khan signing off.